Do you know that 99% of the people are unknowingly blocking their own manifestation in this particular way? Today we'll find out how they're doing it and how you can stop doing it. Stay with me. Welcome back to Choosing Gratitude. I'm Karen from choosinggratitude.net. If you're new here, make sure you click the subscribe button and the notification bell and start to manifest your dream life by choosing gratitude. A few days ago, I got reconnected to one of my old friends on Facebook, and we were chatting a little bit on the messenger, and during our chat, she told me that she tried this law of attraction thing for a few months, and she found out that the law of attraction doesn't work for her, so she gave up. It's just a hoax. And this is actually not an uncommon story in our law of attraction community, right? People come and go. A lot of people come in and they're excited. They try a few techniques, they watch a few videos, and then they decided that this doesn't work for them and they leave, right? And then new people come in, and almost 99% of people tend to come and go. But then I do notice that a small percentage of the people tend to stay in the law of attraction community, and they manifest amazing things for their lives. And I've always been curious why some people just come and go and some people can really change your life with the same simple knowledge. And today I want to just boil this down to something very specific so that you can understand what this whole law of attraction thing is really about. Okay, so a lot of people think that law of attraction is something that you can grab and manipulate. It's something that other people don't know. It's like a secret, right? And once you tap into the secret, you can just think everything into reality. Well, this is half and half. This is not 100% correct. Why do I say that? Well, superficially, yes, you're thinking a thought into reality, and that is true. However, don't forget that it's not you that is thinking that thought into reality. It is you in cooperation with the divine intelligence, okay? It's you co-creating with the bigger you that is making your dream life come true. So if you're just there thinking from your ego, from your egoistic mind, or from your limited conscious mind, oftentimes, your thoughts cannot manifest into reality. It's about you connecting to the bigger you. It's about you opening your consciousness to your higher self, to the entire universe, or you can call it God or Allah or Buddha nature, however you want to call it, okay? So that's what it is really all about. Okay, so now remember, all of us have an opening above your head. You can actually, when you're in your meditation, you can feel it. In some Eastern traditions, they call it the crown chakra, right? Or chakra, however you pronounce it. It's basically a few inches above your head. That is the valve that you can open to divine consciousness. And in order to manifest your dream into reality, you need to become aware of this area, your crown chakra, and you need to open it up and receive energy from the bigger you. And everybody who has manifested their dream life at one point or another, they have opened up their crown chakra. And also remember, it's not like once you open it and then that's it. The more you practice these techniques, the more creative control you're gonna have to communicate with the divine, to receive divine inspirations, to receive energy, and also to sometimes just close the valve and just be a regular human being, right? And sometimes, yes, you can just play with your ego. That is okay as well. So once you become aware, this potential connection you have to the divine, to the bigger you, to your higher self. Now the question comes, so how come sometimes people manifest and sometimes people don't? The answer is very simple. When you block this communication here, when you close this crown chakra, nothing can come in. So you'll be trapped in this lower consciousness, and this consciousness can think a million thoughts, and none of those thoughts will be manifested, or they might be manifested temporarily. However, they will never last, or it will manifest something that is not really for your ultimate good, okay? So it's really, really important to understand that you're not manifesting by yourself. You're really just facilitating this divine manifestation process. You're connecting to the divine. And 99% of people think that they just need to think some magical thoughts and then poof, everything they want will become reality. And when they don't see that happen, guess what? They get disappointed, and that chatterbox in their mind starts to go off and tell them you're stupid, you're no good. How exactly can you escape this pre-programmed self-fulfilling prophecy of failure, okay? There is a very simple way. That way is, when you start noticing that the program is running, you have to shut it down, okay? And how are you gonna find out that this program starts running? It's very simple. You have to pay attention to your first thought of this. Am I there yet? Think about it. You start a new law of attraction technique, or you start meditating, you start generating positive energy in your life, okay? It's like lighting a fire, right? You just created a few sparkles, and then this thought, am I there yet? This checking thought is gonna come in, and this thought is basically asking you, well, did you light up a huge bonfire yet? Remember, right now you only have a few sparkles. You have to continue to give it energy and fan it and make it grow bigger. However, this thought, am I there yet? The automatic response of your mind is going to be, no, I'm not there yet. And guess what? Now you're just pouring some water on your sparkle and your fire is never going to start. So if you're starting some kind of technique, you're constantly thinking, oh, I'm on day 3. Oh, I'm on day 5. Oh, all I need to do is 21 days. I do give you these guidelines of how many days to do it. That's just a way to help you navigate this physical plane and help you, to get some commitment going in these techniques. However, I don't want you to think that, oh, okay, I'm going to manifest $1 million by the end of 21 days and I'm on day 5 now, so I should be manifesting $10,000. You know what? Divine manifestation doesn't work like that, okay? Your manifestation is either there or not there. You really have to be able to keep practicing without seeing any physical evidence until one day the physical evidence will suddenly show up. And that one day, whenever it shows up, that's divine timing, and there is no way for you to intervene, especially your egoistic mind. Once you're connected to the divine, you will be given divine inspirations on, how close you are to your physical manifestation. However, the key is to go through the process without this checking mind. So you really have to stop doing this, am I there yet? How far am I? Think about when you are driving in a car from point A to point B. Let's say your point B is 100 miles away. All the way from where you take off until about 3 miles before you reach your destination city, you are not there, okay? So 99% or 99.99999% of the journey is the journey without any physical evidence. And that is the hardest thing. That's why it's so important for you to completely let go of asking yourself, am I there yet? Because all you need to do is to keep that vision, knowing where you're going. Keep communicating with the divine and receive inspirations and take inspired actions without being too concerned about when you're gonna get there. Are you there yet? How far are you from there? When you're doing that, you instantly know that you're actually moving away from your manifestation, okay? A few months ago, one of my clients in the Choosing Abundance program told me that, Karen, I've been working this program for 3 weeks, and she says she wanted to manifest more business revenue, more clients, and more abundance into her business, and she did it for 3 weeks. She didn't see anything. And she asked me if the program was a good fit for her. And I told her exactly this. I said, 99% of your journey has to be a journey without physical evidence. Are you okay with that? Just ask yourself deeply, are you okay with that? And guess what? She went back and she asked herself, am I okay with that? The answer she received was that you're not going to be okay if you're connected to your ego, but you are going to be okay if you're connected to the divine, if you have faith. And that realization, she told me that it just blew her mind. She received that divine inspiration after one of her daily subliminal practice, I believe she said, because in the program we have subliminals and daily affirmations and daily meditations. So after she did like 3 out of the 4 things, and she came back and she told me, you know what, Karen, I feel that now I'm ready to keep moving without seeing any physical evidence. And then a couple months later, she sent me this long email telling me how her business just boomed. So after she completed the program and she kept doing it, and suddenly her business started to boom. She got some very important clients or whatever. So she ended up quitting her 9-to-5 job. She was able to, work on her business 100% of the time. So think about it. When she first reached out to me and she said, Karen, I've been doing this for 3 weeks and nothing is happening. And at that point, if she had given up and went back to her old life, she would not have been able to manifest anything, right? So 99% of the people will start checking whether or not they're there, and they would give up when they don't see any physical evidence. Only 1% of the people will prevail, and they will start to get satisfaction from their visions, from their connection to the divine, from their inner joy. And that is how they become aligned with the magical manifestation power of the universe. So make sure that you are one of the 1%, not the 99%, okay? So thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video.